Hello everyone, this is Anne from Odulcina Scrap. Today I want to show you my two new digital kits, but a little bit more than that. I've printed those on different papers and I want to show you the different results. So if you are new to junk journals or printing, you might be interested to see which results you can get from printing on different types of paper. So I'm gonna start. I have a legal size paper that I've printed on letter size paper, A4 paper, and the legal size paper. I'm gonna show you that right after this one. So let's start with this letter size paper. I printed that sheet, that design on a white paper. It's just a photocopy paper. So I printed it the same design printed on coffee stain paper compared to white, as you can see. It doesn't make the same sound. This makes the sound that we love. And the texture is not the same because it's a little bit kind of wavy, like if it's old paper. So imagine if you ink and you damage the sides a little bit. I didn't do any of that yet. But you can really mimic an old paper just using coffee stain paper. And I didn't iron the paper. I just let it dry flat as a pile of paper. And it dried like that. Then I printed it on tracing paper. It's this one that I find on Amazon. So I'll put the link in the description below. Because for me, on my printer, it never leaks. You can see the printing is just perfect. And on vellum, even if it doesn't make a difference, I always print with the draft quality instead of normal quality or best quality. It doesn't need more than that. So in the kit, you have this gorgeous paper. I think it's my favorite in this kit, although the others... yeah, I love them all, but this one is one of my best. So in this kit, I give you both the original document and one that I altered and added designs. So depending on your need, you have both. This is just a vintage wallpaper. So really cute flowers. If I zoom in too much, you think this is white, but it's a light beige, almost peachy, with the perfect roses. Now, again, this one, we have the original document and we have the altered one, and I made it landscape, so you can use it as pages directly in a junk journal. I printed this one. Look at the noise compared to this, which is 28 pounds paper. So this paper that makes that noise is that old printer paper. You can still buy some on Staples or Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. I found some. They are called continuous paper for printers. You just remove the sides like that to print on the paper. And if you're lucky like me and you got some at the thrift store that are old enough, they are a little bit yellowish and they're better. But there's another way to get a similar effect too, is to buy those that they do for invoices. They are two or three layers of paper. You can have a pink one, a blue one, a yellow one, sometimes a green one, and the white one. And they're really, really thin. Just be careful if you shop for that you're not buying half page, because they tend to sell half pages for printers. So make sure you have the whole letter size format. I love that paper, but look in thrift store, there's still a lot. So, isn't it cute? Okay, then I have this one, which is, I'm going to show you the original. So the original is this one. I printed it both sides. Then I created this design, just adding the dress. There's already full design, but I just wanted to give you more choices, showing you that you can print it on tracing paper again. Look at that. You can then, you can just fold it, not aligned, of course, and just, let's say like that, and just insert that into your, between some journal pages somewhere. You can just maybe damage all the sides, you put it back together, can do that, add some ink, and this is printed on coffee stain paper, so the look is quite different. You can see that this one looks more like a real vintage paper, and the only difference is that I printed on a coffee stain paper instead of white. Now this one, I love this vintage wallpaper line. So again, see, the same one printed on coffee stain paper. Isn't it cute? Even this. And of course, you have the original one. Now, these are in French. These are songs. So you have the original one from when I was really young at my school. So it's the original fold on my paper. And then I just added the wallpaper and that cute girl there. So you can use, you can sometimes just choose a portion of it, or just a stripe there, or just the wording, or as a whole. Same for this one, but I couldn't find the original. I've used it already in some of my creations. So you have both, the one with the flower, the roses like that, and without the rose in the kit. Now this is the original, so it's just a page from a magazine, and this is my altered version, and this is vintage wallpaper in the blue. Look at this one. This is from a magazine. It was a pattern for embroidery. This is a vintage wallpaper that I own. Well, antique wallpaper, and this too. And look at that. I printed it on coffee stain paper, but two different colors of my, two different shades of coffee stain. This one was a little bit darker and this one lighter. And you can see you have two different results, right? Compared to the original one. So you see more the difference in this one than this one. But even if the color didn't change that one with the pale one, you have more antique spots, and you have the feeling, compared to this, which is quite not the same. So they look like real old paper, or almost real vintage wallpaper. And I printed that one just to show you and remember you that you can always take those and print two on the same paper, and you can get them smaller. All right. Now I'm going to show you my legal size paper. So legal size paper is for Canada and US. 8.5 by 14. So our letter size paper, the standard paper, is 8.5 by 11. So you can see it's the same width, but not the same length. And what I love about the legal size paper is that if you create a journal out of it, you can create a flap easily. You can create those faux deed. I'm going to put a link in the description below of the faux deed that I did with one of my previous legal size kit. And I add A4 papers that I bought on Amazon just to test. And I wanted to show you the difference. So this is the letter size paper and this is the A4 paper. And as you can see, the A4 paper is 8.25 compared to the letter size paper, which is 8.5. But the A4 paper is 11.5, I think, instead of 11. So the A4 paper is a longer paper. Like you can always print them on letter size paper or A4, but if you can have those legal size paper, then that's another story. That's another option. If you are from Europe or Australia and you don't have the legal size paper, you can take the A3 paper, which is bigger than the legal size paper, and you trim it. You just trim it to be the perfect size, which is the 8.5 by 14, and then you print using the legal size paper, and you're in business. Same page that I printed on tracing paper. It's the legal size paper printed on letter size paper with the fit to page option. I love those roses, so this is another one of my favorite page in this kit. I'm going to show this way because these papers are so big, but I love this wallpaper strip there. I love this rose. And of course, if you print it on tracing paper, it's really interesting. Don't forget to try to print on different papers. The other one, it's this one. So that girl, wallpaper again, ledger paper in French, the wallpaper. And you can print on those continuous paper that has the little holes. Printed on this paper, it gives you the sound. And you know what? I love when I see the design peeking through, because we see that and we know that this is really a thin paper. And I would take my ink with a brush and just add little spots of ink there, and that would look just awesome. Another idea. This is another page. So you have that cute girl there, cute lady there, a music sheet, and this is a page from La Mode Illustrée, which is a journal, an antique journal. This one too, it's an antique journal with the vintage wallpaper on both sides. This is an embroidery pattern that I did kind of a collage to make it big like that. And again, look at that when you print it on tracing paper. It looks like a real pattern, and printed on that continuous paper. So it's a thin paper as well. So don't forget to print on different papers. This one you have Paris vintage wallpaper, kind of a collage on this side, because I thought we could use this page as a page and this one just fold it like that if we want to use it in a journal. And in a faux deed, that would look awesome too. Then I got some real ledger paper. I scanned them, and so this is the version with the flowers. Let me show you this way. So you have roses like that, and the 2 pages are not the number at the top. One is at the left and one is at the right. They're not numbers that are following, but at least sometimes we prefer to have the number at the right or sometimes at the left. You have both. And of course, look, if you print it on a letter size paper, you can have it smaller to fit in your journals as well. And I give you the original one, which is the same, but just plain, no writing, and just the numbers at the top and all the aging spot. Of course, if you print it on letter size paper, this is really interesting too. And I finish with 2 papers similar or matching the herbal garden kit, but bigger, so in the legal size paper. So you have that background, and I thought, if you print it on a legal size paper like that, you could almost use it as a wrapping paper for a gift if the little box or whatever you're trying to cover is small enough. But I think I'm going to try that. And this one, now, if I use it in a journal, look at that. That would be just awesome. So, and then I went a bit crazy. This is totally not my style, but I had those book covers that are really, really old, and I added some details there. They're not the same book. It's 3 different books, but you could fold it and fake a book or use them to do a cover, do a bookmark, do another cover there. If you love colors, that's for you. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them myself, but I really love at least this girl here, which matches my style and colors. All right, so just wanted to show you those different papers, and I still plan to do printing tips. I just need to install and play a bit with a program that will capture my laptop screen without flickering to show you some tips on how to print from a tablet or from a computer. How to resize the paper and how to print different formats and how it goes about that for all of you ladies that never really had a printer before and or never really played with those options and you need some guidance. So I've been asked a couple of questions and it's recurrent, so I thought I should just do a video to help you all. But just be patient because it's a bit complicated here during the summer. We have kids here, we have the farm, the animals, and I'm just running out of time all the time. So, but this is what I want to do. I even bought a new printer and I'm gonna do the setup on camera to show you. So stay tuned. See you soon. Have a great week and God bless you. Bye-bye.